In our previous video, we talked about could Trump actually lose 2026? Inside the warning signs, and how early indicators were beginning to stack up against Donald Trump. We looked at swing voters drifting, party tension growing, and confidence quietly fading. But today, we're taking the next step in that story. Democrats see an opening, how the GOP split changes everything. Because while Republicans wrestle with internal divisions, Democrats are watching closely and preparing to move. What if Trump's biggest threat isn't Democrats, but his own party? What if the GOP split creates an opening so large that Democrats don't even have to force the issue? Who benefits when Republicans fight among themselves? How fast can political momentum shift? And could this internal fracture decide the entire 2026 landscape? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why strategists on both sides believe everything just changed. Let's start with a basic truth of politics. Major shifts don't usually happen in dramatic moments. They happen quietly. They begin with hesitation. They grow through confusion. They solidify through division. Right now, the Republican Party isn't collapsing, but it is fragmented. And fragmentation creates opportunity. Not for Republicans, for their opponents. Let me tell you something history teaches over and over. Political parties don't lose because the other side becomes brilliant. They lose because they stop moving together. First, leaders disagree privately. Then factions emerge. Then messaging splinters. Then voters start asking, who's actually in charge? That's when momentum changes. That's where the GOP is right now. Not defeated, but divided. Here's what makes this moment dangerous for Republicans. Democrats don't need Trump's base to flip. They need independents, moderates, suburban voters, late deciders. And those groups are already showing signs of disengagement. The Democratic Party sees this clearly. Their strategy isn't confrontation. It's positioning. They're presenting themselves as more stable, more predictable, less chaotic. Not exciting, reliable. And for swing voters, reliability wins. Many people misunderstand what's happening. This isn't about policy platforms. It's about optics. When voters see Republicans arguing internally, they don't analyze the details. They feel uncertainty. If they can't agree with each other, how will they govern? That question alone moves votes, and Democrats know it. They don't have to attack. They just have to wait. Here's where it gets tactical. In competitive districts, unity matters. When Republicans fracture, campaign funding slows, messaging becomes inconsistent, volunteers disengage, independent voters hesitate. Meanwhile, Democrats gain. Clear contrast. Organizational advantage. A calmer narrative. Modern elections aren't decided by huge swings. They're decided by small margins in key places, and those margins are starting to move. Here's another quiet indicator: donor behavior. When a party feels confident, money flows easily. When uncertainty rises, donors pause. Right now, major contributors are becoming selective. They're waiting. They're hedging. They're watching internal GOP dynamics before committing. That hesitation alone weakens campaign infrastructure. Democrats see this, and they're accelerating outreach. Trump still commands loyalty, but loyalty doesn't automatically translate into expansion. To counter this shift, Trump would need party unity, clear economic messaging, broader appeal beyond his base, less internal conflict. This cycle isn't about rallies. It's about reassurance, and reassurance requires stability. Let's be realistic. This isn't a guaranteed Democratic victory, but it is a rare opening. If current trends continue, GOP divisions deepen, swing voters drift further, moderates disengage, then Democrats won't need dramatic breakthroughs. They'll win through consistency, not momentum, through accumulation, small advantages stacking up. So here's the big picture. Democrats aren't celebrating yet. They're organizing. They see a Republican Party wrestling with itself. They see undecided voters growing uneasy. And they see an opportunity forming, not because they're dominating the conversation, but because the other side is divided. That's how political landscapes change, quietly. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the GOP split is giving Democrats a real opening? Or do you believe Republicans will reunite before it's too late? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.